Hello and welcome, my name is Trismegistus and this is Factorio. So what I did last time was I set up a copper deposit and that is now busy bringing us lots of copper. So actually, that's a bit annoying. So actually, should I just get rid of that altogether? Do that. Okay. So we've now got that copper deposit tapped up the top there. It's not going to be very long at all before we use up all of the copper here. So there is literally only 19k left. And now that we're really producing red, green and blue circuits, it's going to eat through it in no time. I mean, we've got 250,000 coal, so we don't really need any more of that. I could just check the power, see what's been happening in terms of our demand. So they've not kicked in at any point. So we've got a bit of headroom. This is discharging because solar panel is still ramping up. And it's only getting down to there. You know, it's getting down to 1 gigajoule left, ish. So we've got a bit of headroom, so we don't have to worry too much about that. This is going to really annoy these biters, isn't it? In fact, it's going to annoy all of them around there. What I really need to do is put the blooming beacons in. The thing I'm slightly worried about, and one of the real reasons I've not been particularly doing it, is it hugely increases your power consumption. So you see there, energy consumption plus 40%, energy consumption plus 50%. So putting 2 modules in, you know, one of each sort of thing, effectively doubles the power demand of this. And if you think about it, if we put modules in everything, that means we double the power demands of our entire base, and that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. Additional power, given that we're only really sort of matching, you know, our power production. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be a bit selective, and we're going to only put it in certain machines. So I think we'll convert this one to advanced. Can I put that in? I can put modules in there. So it's good to have it on the raw resources, okay? Because, or certainly the oil, because we want to get a good bang for buck there. And similarly, can we put? Oh, we can put prods in. Similarly, we'll do it on here so that we're, you know, getting the most out of the oil. Oh, well, it's not the most because, you know, there are higher levels of modules and all that. But we want to get a bit more out of our raw materials because that sort of multiplies up the chain effectively. Not fussed about him. We won't bother putting them into the miners because there's just so many of them, and it's actually sort of effectively cheaper to do the actual research, the productivity research. Can I put prods in here? Yep, okay. So we'll do this same thing again, where we put one of each in here. Because science is, you know, something that having free amounts of is not a bad thing to, you know, bad situation to be in. I don't think I can even put prods in there, can I? No. But we won't put speed beacons in. Because if you remember, these provided enough for twice as many greens. So, you know, we've not doubled our production with that. You know, we're not getting 2 for every 1 sort of thing. We will, however, put modules into our science, into our labs. What beep then? Oh! 1 objects were destroyed. Wow, okay. Oh, this is this thing. Yeah. They tweaked the settings for like the biters, and they've completely given us a pasting there. Yeah, those defences are nowhere near enough. We need to get over there, and we need to take a load of ammo. What they did, they made it, because there used to be sort of a pathing issue where the biters would effectively just bang into each other, which caused them all to slow down and effectively like concentrated them into a line because of how the logic worked. But now they've taken that sort of collision detection out, so the biters will just all rush towards your walls. And I'd forgotten about that, I must admit. But it means that the attacks are much more sort of concentrated, even if it's relatively small numbers. But what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to actually take out these biter nests. So we'll hitch a ride on the train. Okay, so we need to get back in here, do some repairing. And pop that back in. You see what I mean? They're right, even though these, you know, you see they're turning up in a big wodge and it's just sort of annihilating the walls, really. So what we want to do is sort of bump up the defence. It doesn't help. The other thing that doesn't sort of help is effectively this turret is on its own. It's like an edge. Oops, I've stood in the acid there. It's on an edge, so it's getting a full force of an attack. So we want to put in some more of these lads. I'm going to have to take these bases out, I think, and that one. And then we'll just leave these for when, if pollution does get over to them, they'll get annoyed and come and attack us. We want a bit more defence over in this corner. Okay, so we want to go and see if we can't sort out these biters. Let's see what they're doing. See, they're really quite close. See, these are the attack waves that they're putting together, and that's all the pollution being absorbed. Well, look at them, they're really big. Oh, I got my car. What I could do is see if I can't sort of angle them a bit and sort of get them to follow me. Sort of lead them. So I can test. Okay. Have I not got any ammo in my car? That was foolish. No, I haven't got any ammo in my car. So I'm trying to drive around holding down space. Oh, I've done it again. So basically what's happened there is I've crashed into that rock, and then they've immediately swarmed me. This is the big problem with circle strafing. It's just a crap tactic. Well, it's not a crap tactic. It just doesn't really work very well in practice. Because you have to zoom out to see where the hell you're going, but then you can't really see any trees and stuff. Okay, what we're going to do then is we're going to do good old-fashioned turret creep, but we're going to use lasers. Where the hell are lasers? So if I switch that to there we go. So really I want these. See how that's taken that out? I lobbed a bit of fire in. A good wedge of it, and it just sort of slowly burns the thing away. Okay. Feeling a little happier about our chances here now. What I was a bit worried about there was that this nest would do this thing where it communicates with this nest. Oh, so we got another attack weight coming in there. Is it surviving? Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I mentioned it in a previous episode where it's like they can communicate with each other. Or it gives that, you know, I've had that impression. And whether that really happens or not, I don't know. So again, I'll dash in, lob some Promethium at them. Why are you lot over here? Come and join the party. Okay, so we've got this oil field here, haven't we? So we could put up one of our preemptive defensive structures. Because we're bound to need more oil in the not too distant future. Okay, so let's have a look, see what's going on over here. So similar deal, I guess. We'll go and take these lads out. Oh, we've got lots of worms here. I don't know if that makes it any more difficult, but it might make it a bit slower. Come on, you know you want to come and attack me, don't you? Yeah, there we go. Ooh, lots of you. Tends to be a case when you're particularly when you're doing turret creep. You'll get that initial thing where they've, you know, built up a stack of units, and you just need to aggro them, and they'll come and attack you, and you take them out, and it takes them a while to sort of replenish that, and that gives you your chance to get in there and really start doing some damage to them. So there we go. So what we've ended up doing in this episode is a bit more combat. To be totally fair, that's because I misjudged really the old ferocity of the attacks we were going to get. What I might do is drive over here and see what's going on, and then, you know, loop back, because we want to do this. I really want to put these modules in. Can I drive over there? Have I got enough to make another car? I can make another car. It's one of the reasons I carry around engines, certainly at this stage of the game. What I might do, well, I have got the shield on, haven't I? I've got the shield on. I'll keep it on in case I manage to do my classic of running into a rock or something. Because I don't need the shields on, you know, day to day, as it were. But as I say, if I manage to accidentally aggro one of these nests, or there's a nest in this fog of war, like that, and I aggro it, and they come at me, and I crash into a cliff or something. Okay, so it is open over here. Oh, there's another, some sort of watery body like that. So these, this is getting into proper, you know, proper nest territory. Got a mini one there though, and that looks like another. Right, so what we got going on over is that? That's the end of a. That's the edge there. So what is this? Like a little peninsula? Peninsula? Or is it continuous over here? Does this have an edge? It's got some biters, I know that much. See if I can't sneak past them. Okay. I'm not brave enough to really go and fill this out properly, I don't think. Particularly not considering there seem to be quite a lot of trees up here. Oh, look at the size of that forest. How big is that iron patch? 11 million, lovely. The map isn't actually infinite, it's like effectively infinite, because you would crash into your own hardware limitations before you really manage to exploit the whole thing. So, we could have a main bus here, or possibly there maybe, because we can landfill this water very easily. I think that's typically how long my main buses end up being. It would make it a bit tricky up here. We could try and landfill a big chunk of this maybe. Okay, right, let's pick it up now. And let's get moduling and beakering. The thing I've been saying I was going to do all episode. Can I? So that's robotics research, that's our next big thing. So we'll research the different types of robots. That's construction robots, we want logistics robots as well. Most of the things on these end chains, as it were, so in logistics and production, it won't let you put you can always put speed modules in, but it won't let you put productivity modules in. Because say it would be just a bit too OP, a bit too powerful. Okay, so that's everything with productivity and associated speed modules in that I think we can do. Okay, so that's both of the robots done. We want personal roboport as well. I'm tempted to, because we've got the personal roboport now, I'm tempted to build our first power armour. Because we've got all of the materials for it, and it should open up the second tier stuff, so like battery Mark II and shield Mark II. and they're all just blue researches. That isn't. We need gold for the fusion reactor, but we get a bigger slot, so we can potentially, you know, get these more buffed systems going with lots more solar panels. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So, robots. So to make robots, yeah, you basically need, so to make logistics robots, you need a robot frame and a red circuit, or 2 red circuits in fact. To make construction robots, you need a robot frame and a green circuit, okay? We want lots and lots of these. We don't need too many of these at this stage. So we will make some of both, but it's construction robots we really need. Because what we're going to do, eventually we'll slap down a big blueprint up here for all the belts. And we'll give it access via roboports, you know, connect it all up. And then we will effectively just leave the construction bots to fill it all in, basically. So we're going to need lots and lots of construction robots and lots of belts. Okay, so what we can do with belts to make sure we've got lots and lots of them is increase the sizes of these chests. Yeah, so this will fill up with loads and loads of stuff. What have we got in terms of logistics? We could put... Oh, we can do roboports now. Because we're going to need quite a few roboports. We're going to need to replace all of our chests with storage chests. But yeah, effectively all of these we will replace with, you know, storage chests or passive providers, and logistics robots will then be able to bring us stuff. In fact, we've not done that research. We get an extra bit in our GUI here that allows us to set orders for things and also trash slots that we can dump rubbish into. So me manually running around doing the mall thing becomes a bit redundant. I can just set the orders and the bots will just bring stuff to me. But to do that, we'll need lots of roboports and robots and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so to make these is relatively simple recipe, yeah, except that you need to make robot frames, right? And flying robot frames are really quite expensive in terms of stuff. So you see you need a steel, 2 batteries, 3 electric circuits and an electric engine unit. And they take 20 seconds to craft. So it's a really long craft time and quite a lot of stuff in the recipe. So we're going to need to set up quite a lot of those. We're only producing electric engines for personal consumption. Electric engines are particularly slow to make. Where are they? So they take 10 seconds each, right? So they can actually support 2 of these. So it's like 20 seconds, 10 seconds. So in the time one of these takes to make, this will have made 2, so we can support 2. And these should be 1-to-1, although they always used to be. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah, so that's 1-to-1. So that eases it slightly. But both of those recipes are quite slow. Yeah, so we're going to need quite a large sort of area to produce robot frames. Now, we've got batteries here, yeah, and I've done this such that I can run the batteries up. We've obviously got green circuits, we've got red circuits, we've got steel. What else do we need? The electric engine. So it's electric engines and robot frames that we really need to make lots of. So power armour 1 is done. That should have opened, but doesn't appear to have. Do we need... Oh, we need... No, that's... What am I doing? So why is that not open? Oh, because we need low density structures nowadays, don't we? They changed it so that all of these require low density structures. They didn't used to. You used to just be able to make them. Those density structures are, as it says there, lots of copper, steel and plastic. Very expensive, and basically they're used for rocket parts as well. But I'm tempted to sort of wait. Maybe if I do lab research, because the recipes are starting to get quite expensive. So that'll help us out, speed things up a bit. And then, oh no, we can't do that anyway because we haven't got gold and purple science. Okay, so what we want to do is, so it would be there, wouldn't it? 2, 3. So if we, whoops. So if we do it, look, we've got, oops. So we're going to set this up. That's the electric engines, and that's the regular engines. You see how that much material that takes as well. Oh, and green circuits there as well. Then that's the robot frames, but that takes green circuits. And that's the robot frames. And they both take steel, but batteries as well. Okay, so my proposition is we build it something like that, if you see what I mean. And we effectively repeat this over and over. So it's still copper and pipe, isn't it? Copper and pipe. Does that make sense? So that's steel. Yeah, I think that works. Because what we can do, we can have steel coming up there, and if we do batteries and green circuits up here. So this is batteries and circuits, so steel up there, and then so this is pipe and cogs. This is steel, so that's sorted. That'll be green circuits and engines from there. We can provide lubricant in there. These need green circuits, which is coming up there, as well as batteries. Steel from here. So batteries, yeah. So we can have, this can be dual usage, and we can have, oh no, we want that coming out there. And then robot frames coming down here, and we'll be making our actual bots here. As noted, the recipe is a lot quicker for them, so we need sort of quite a few of these without any particular, you know, we won't be overload, you know, we won't be producing so many that, you know, we won't be using them up, if you see what I mean. So if this needs to be steel, we need to extend this, don't we? This whole, did we have a blueprint so I don't mess this up too much? Or did I do it on a, I think I did it on a copy and paste, did I? Ah, there we go. So, should be holding shift. Why am I not holding shift? There we go. You do that. Did I do military 4? I didn't, did I? I was going to say, I have a combat shotgun soon. I like combat shotguns, they're good. That's batteries there. They're getting batteries now, and green circuits, steel, electric engines are going. Can we put any modules in these? Can we put modules in them? What about in here? Yes, we can. Okay. This might throw those ratios I was talking about off the cock, but the benefits of having the occasional freebie are probably outweigh that. Oh, it's going to be very slow to get freebies for this. Very slow. That's our first robot frame. So, I'm going to put some defences on this, and then we will call this an episode. And next time I will continue to extend this. Maybe put the actual thingy production there somewhere. Did I finish? I did, didn't I? Power armour. So I can make a power armour. You have to be a little bit careful with power armours because you see what happened. You remember we got an extra row of inventory. That will go away when we put our... I'm just going to stick basically everything in. That will go away when we swap our modular armour for power armour. We also need to remember to take everything out of our modular armour. Or it can go away. What you should do, I think, is you just drop it in and it automatically, you know, does the... It adds it without taking it away. Because if I do that, you see we lose those 2 rows. And if I'd had... like that, and I'd taken it out, yeah, and we'd had stuff in these rows, what happens is it just explodes out your inventory, basically. So pick all of that up. So put everything in. So we've got a much bigger slot now for stuff. And we'll put, where's our knife? Oh, I'll put them in. And pop our legs in. Yeah, so we can have, you know, quite a few legs and however we want to arrange it, really. Because we'd actually probably be better put in something like this. Because the you know, the level 2 batteries are hold way more power. Yeah, so that's the end of this episode. If you've been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.